Hey everybody, it's Jay Burnham with the Real Jay Burnham Show. So how all you movers and shakers doing? Are you guys out there having a fun time? Now last night was the Mayweather Mcgregor fight, and from all intents and purposes, I heard it was a great fight. I didn't watch it myself because why watch it when I know that I'll be able to watch it on YouTube here any today, tomorrow, or next day. I can watch it in its entirety for free. But I already know who won, and that's Mayweather, which is awesome. Good for him. But the truth is we all knew that Mayweather was going to kick his butt anyway. But, it sounds like McGregor actually gave Mayweather a run for his money. I heard from the people that I talked to, I heard that it was a good fight, that McGregor actually gave him a good, lashing for the first few rounds. Like, I don't know how many rounds, but I know that he got TKO'd in the 10th. But I heard, like, in the first few rounds, Conor actually gave Mayweather a fight of his life and made a very aggressive moves, and looked like he was actually going to win the fight if it would have went the full 12 rounds. So that's, good for McGregor. He's kicking ass and taking names. But I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, wow, what kind of business aspect could I put the spin on? What kind of lesson do we get out of this? And quite honestly, I haven't got a business lesson for us here, but I'm going to keep giving it a thought because there is a lesson for us here. One, however, there is a great lesson, I think, in marketing. Notice how this was marketed. This came about fairly quickly, actually, considering when you take the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, that sucker took quite a bit of time to actually put together and negotiate and so on and so forth. So, when we look at that, you could see that this McGregor-Mayweather fight actually came about pretty quickly. And it was hyped, didn't need a lot of hyping, because these guys are master marketers. They're master crap talkers, or smack talkers, if you will. And that's what makes a good fight. Now, these guys are both good on the mics, but when it came to outside, you could see that they actually got along well when they were on tour marketing this fight, right? You could see them being kind of buddy-buddy. You could see them kind of hanging out, checking each other out, riding on the same airplane with one another, going from town to town to do the tour, and so on and so forth. And I just found that very interesting. So here you guys got two guys who are great smack talkers that would make great WWE promoters, and they're doing a great job of doing SmackDown type of trash talk. So the marketing that these two guys were doing were right on point. These guys did a great job on point, and I think that's something we could learn from. Now, of course, we're not going to use that same kind of marketing that those guys did, because that's good for fights, but that's not really good for businesses. But the marketing aspect of it is, not only that, it was such a needed and wanted fight. I mean, the fans of both. The fans really wanted this really well. I mean, they truly wanted this fight, and I think they got what they wanted. I think they got their money's worth, if you will. I'm looking for a parking spot. Oh, okay, good. There's one right there. All right, there you go. And so when we look at that aspect. Oops, gotta forgive me. I'm going and feeding a neighbor's cat because she's out of town right now, and she asked me if I would look at her after her cat while she's out of town. So I told her it would. But the Conor McGregor fight was just awesome, and the marketing of these two individuals for the fight was good. Now, how do we implement that in our business? How do we implement something like that? One, you got the fight, which was what was wanted, what was a big needed and wanted. The fans of both of these guys really wanted it, and it was a moneymaker for both camps. Both of them made 9 figures from the fight. I think Mayweather made like 200 or 300 million, and McGregor made like 100 million. But the UFC actually made quite a bit of money because they're also the ones who sponsored the event. So, you know, they made quite a bit of money, and the people who did the pay-per-view. But how do we implement the marketing strategy of Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather in our businesses? And I'm going to be looking at that. I'm going to analyze that here in a bit. But, you know, because I don't have the answer, but I think that is a great lesson for all of us business owners, is to implement that sort of strategy. And I think one of the key factors was that they didn't really need to hype it up. Although McGregor and Mayweather did a great job of that, they didn't need to hype it up because it was such a needed and wanted. People wanted it. And I think we look back at a lot of the movies, like I'm a big comic book guy, and the fans really wanted an Avengers movies. And so the Avengers movies were very, very popular. They were huge hits. You know, you got the fans wanted a Wonder Woman film, and look what happened to her film. Huge draw. The Wonder Woman could have been the crappiest film in the world, and still they would have done highest ever amount of money. And why is that? Because it's needed and it's wanted. The film studios, UFC, Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, they're giving people what they want. So, what do the people want in your business? What do they want? If it's something they want, and especially if it's something they need as well as want, we're going to be successful in business as long as we give it to them. And we'll be overflowing with business if we just give the customers what they need and want. Anyway, I'm going to be looking at it more, but I think that's a great lesson that we all could take from the McGregor-Mayweather fight. Congratulations to Floyd Mayweather. Congratulations to Conor McGregor. He gave a good fight. I personally wanted McGregor to win, but I knew that he won. I'm in that camp where I wanted McGregor to win, just so that there would be that win. But I also knew that there was just no way. But he proved himself. So if he does go into boxing, McGregor goes into boxing, I think he's got a beautiful career. He's just got to learn to have that drive, because he just gassed himself out. And because he gassed himself out, you got the TKO. But that's a whole nother story. Other than that, I think that's a great lesson right there. Now, I think I'm going to look more into that and research a little bit more. But anyway, guys, this is Jay Burnham with the Real Jay Burnham Show. Thank you so much for coming on, you movers and shakers. Please come to my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Share this with all your family and friends. And of course, don't forget, subscribe to this channel. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.